Hello, everybody. So, welcome to this very special moment in time where I have the one and only Alexa Saarenoja, who is a YouTube expert. She is a YouTube mentor, and she recently helped me so much with my channel that I wanted to spread the wealth and bring her here to share her story, to really highlight her story, as well as really take a look at all of the gems that she has to share about how to have a successful YouTube channel. And I definitely want to highlight, especially if you're over 40, really at any age, this is relevant, but I'm very passionate about empaths and those of us in midlife and beyond to be visible and share the wisdom that we are here to share. And Alexa, you are such a beautiful, powerful example of this. Um, are you open to sharing your story with us in regards to how you got on YouTube? Because what happened for me is I saw one of your videos pop up on YouTube and I'm like, who is this? There was some really inspiring title and I click on it. And you were just sharing about how you were laid off from your job and you started a YouTube channel and it just boom. And your fire got me so inspired. I watched a bunch of your videos and I'm like, I have to book a session with you. And in one session, you just helped me so much. So could you share with us, how did you end up on YouTube? What was that turning point for you?
Yeah, of course. I was well, I live in Finland and I was working for a college in the US teaching architecture. And I've been doing that since I moved to Finland. So I had that job, since I lived here. So I never really had to work in Finland or get a job in Finland. So I didn't know the language here or anything like that. And I got laid off like 2 weeks before the semester started. And it was such a shock and it was so awful. Like where's the money going to come from to feed my kids? I have my husband, but like we depended on my income too.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I was pretty frustrated. It was like heartbreaking too. I know it wasn't personal. It's just like reorg or new policies or whatever, and nothing personal, but it felt very personal. And I didn't want to be in that position ever again where someone else had control over how I took care of my kids financially or my family. And so I decided, I saw so many like 20-year-olds on YouTube making millions and stuff and like making it look like get on YouTube, you can make money. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try that. If 20-year-olds can do it, I'm going to do it. And then when I got on YouTube and started doing some research on like how to grow on YouTube, how to find a course, all this stuff, I found Silver and Solo. And I don't know if any of you know Silver and Solo, but she's in her 50s and she started a channel, kind of the same thing, just was like nearing retirement, was nervous about how much she would have for retirement and all that stuff, and was just looking for other revenue streams. And she jumped on YouTube, had great success. In 10 weeks, she was monetized. And so I just was inspired by her, followed her, and then I did the same thing. And yeah, in 10 weeks, I was monetized just like her. And then after that, it just like people started asking me for coaching. And so I started coaching people, and then it just kind of blew up from there. So yeah, I don't know if that
Oh,
answered all of your question, but that's basically how I got into it.
it absolutely does. And I just love how you felt all those feelings, like God, the pain of that. And yet you also just decided, I never want to be in this position again where I'm at the disposal of someone else's decision to just lay me
Right.
off. So powerful. On your website, by the way, I love how, just to give people an understanding, it's like in the past year, you sold over $100,000 of consulting services. You've grown your channel to 40,000 plus subscribers. You've earned over $10,000 from YouTube Partner Program. You've grown a membership community to 5,000 members. You've grown an email list to 3,000 plus subscribers. You've also earned over 5,000 in affiliate and referral programs. And most importantly, you've created a community of loyal followers who trust and believe in you. I mean, immediately I felt trust in you. You shoot from the hip and you're so authentic. And in some of your videos, you're just like walking in the woods and you're just super natural out there, like giving so much value. I think that's part of your gift is you are genuinely on YouTube to help people, and what you
Mm.
do works. What you do works. So we have so many questions here in the
Yeah,
membership. Some who they're not here with us live, but are you okay if I just jump into some
yeah,
questions
go
when it
for
comes
it.
to YouTube? Because I'm
Don't
like,
worry.
where do we even begin? Before I ask their questions, it's like, what would you say to somebody who is over 40?
Mhm.
They have a message inside of them, but they are terrified to be seen because they feel too old, irrelevant. Like you said, all the 20-year-olds out there bopping around. I love all the
Yeah.
20-year-olds. I love it. And there's so much wisdom trapped in people who are afraid to share their voices. So what would you say to them if they're thinking of starting a YouTube channel?
I would say one, just start because the people that would be judging you are the people that aren't tending to take action in life and are bored and want to criticize other people that are taking action. Two, I would say just start because it's it's such an amazing self-development tool, actually.
Yes.
Like YouTube, it will push you, it will, knock you down, it will like help you to find your voice. It will help you to find your passion, what really matters to you. I also think since you work with empaths, I'm an empath and I'm also an introvert, and I love getting on YouTube because I feel like I'm just talking to myself, and I know it's going out to people, but it's like one of the best ways to express yourself as an introvert to lots of people. It's like the ideal situation. You can be alone, but you can talk to a ton of people. And so I really like that about it. But the fear, I think, is, I don't know, it's a shame because once you do it, you realize that no one really cares. Like, it's like we worry so much about what other people think, but people are actually thinking about themselves most of the time. And to be honest, anyone that judges you is not your people. They're not your tribe. They're not the people that are going to stick around, that are going to listen to you anyway. So if someone comes and judges me and is like, "Oh, look what she's doing," or like, "This isn't true," or whatever they want to say, they'll move on. But the ones that I can truly help, the people that will be able to hear what I have to say or hear what you have to say, will stick around because of who you are, because you are
Absolutely.
showing up as yourself, not because you're trying to be fake. And we live in a world of fake. I mean, there's so much fake, there's so much AI, there's so much filters and all this stuff. So I think that being real actually has an advantage. Being older actually has an advantage because if you're over 40, I also feel like you get to this point in life where you don't care so much about what people think about you anymore because you realize I've lived 40 years, like doing what I'm supposed to do, living for other people, living through guilt trips, living whatever the reasons are, you did what you did. Now it's like time to stand in your skin and really go for it. And I think it's the most beautiful time of life because especially for women, I think we take back our strength over 40 or even over like 30 it starts to happen. I feel like we start to really stand up for ourselves and really go after our dreams because we've been living our life for other people up until then, in my opinion or in my experience. And so I think it's that time to just be fearless and not worry about the people that are going to judge you or if that's your main worry because they're not going to be there long. And
Mhm.
the ones that you are showing up for are going to be so grateful that you did, and they'll make you feel so happy and appreciated and loved, and your message will hit them the way it's supposed to hit them. So I think, yeah,
Yeah.
I would try to not worry about the fear or like the being seen, and I would think more about the people that you could be helping and how you could be making an impact in their lives. That's what drives me, at least, even
It's
through all the
so
hate comments
powerful.
and stuff.
Yeah, so you're focused on the fans. One of the reasons I was so happy you said yes to this interview is because you embody exactly that energy, which is you show up authentically. And so many people think they have to put on a whole image, and it feels really uncomfortable at first to make videos for many people. Was there anything you did to How did you do that? Like, how did you show up authentically without the performance? I work with a lot of perfectionists, people pleaser. Like, you don't have any of that. You have
No.
excellence, but how did you do this without masking?
I think part of it was like I had to go all in because I had no other options. That was one part of it. Like I was just like, I either I learn Finnish and I get a job in a really tough market where natives aren't even to get, or, like the economy was so bad, it was really hard to get jobs even as a native. So I think that really was driving me to just go for it. But also, oddly enough, living in Finland for the past 10 years has allowed me to be more real because the society here is so direct and raw, and
Mm.
sauna is a big part of their culture. So you're naked like half the time in Finland around people you don't know. And it's like, it's just like when you remove the clothes and you're having conversations with grandmothers or, you know, women nursing their children in the sauna or their babies in the sauna. And like everyone is just having conversations, and it just like removes all the barriers. And I don't know, like I felt like living in America, I was so sheltered. I was so like we had to cover ourselves. We have to be so protected. We had to be so like there's so many niceties that exist in American culture that don't exist in Finland. Like they don't even have please in their language, you
Oh
know?
my
So
God.
it's
Wow.
like,
To
yeah.
you
And
pleasers out there, like move to Finland.
so I really think just living here and being around direct people allowed me to be more direct and more authentic and everything, because it's just like if you are the opposite of that here, it really bothers them. They're
Yeah.
like, I don't understand what you mean. Like, why are you saying all these extra words? Like, could I please have some coffee? Or would you mind making me some coffee? Or all of that. It's just like they
Get me
have
a
words that are
coffee.
like coffee. Yeah. And like
Coffee.
they add an extra word to the word coffee, and it means I want or get it, or it's
Yeah.
just so basic.
Yeah, it's like in here in Portugal, it's just queria un café. It's just I want a
Yeah.
coffee. It's the same.
Yeah.
Same here. Same exact here. You walk
Yeah.
on the beach, everyone's basically naked in a bikini and a bathing suit. Nobody cares about your body or what it looks
Yeah.
like. Um,
Or
uh,
wrinkles or anything. And aging is actually
Nothing.
part of the culture. It's
Yes.
normal.
I took a picture of a billboard here because the woman and the man had all these wrinkles. They were so gorgeous. And I was like, this is a billboard. I took a photo, just I couldn't believe it. And it's just the way things are here. And it has had me rethink my whole American programming. Okay, so there are a lot of questions. I could ask you so many questions about your story, but about your channel, how you actually got monetized so quickly and did this. I've had a lot of questions from people asking how to maximize SEO on your channel, and is it worth
Mhm.
it for growth? Or
Well,
is it
I think,
important for growth? Yeah.
yeah, I think with SEO, the most important thing is title, the words used in the title, the thumbnail words, the description of your videos, and whatever you say in your videos turns into a transcript, which then turns into words that feed into the algorithm to understand what your video is about to get it
Mhm.
to the right people. So that's the most SEO you really want to worry about is the keywords that you're using in your titles and your descriptions and thumbnails and what you're speaking. And so, and actually, I would say put a lot of emphasis on what you're saying in your videos. So, oftentimes we might be talking about a topic that's important to our niche, but we don't actually say the niche words. Like
Mm.
I could be talking about YouTube growth, but I'm talking about how important it is to be consistent and to do the work and all this, but I never mention like how important it is to upload videos to YouTube once a week, or like I don't
Mhm.
have the actual like the and check your click-through rate and all this stuff. Like, so it's important to actually use the words, the terminology that would be turned into keywords that would help the algorithm to locate who would be the best people to watch this video based on
So
what you're
we
saying.
would be saying empaths. We would be saying like why it's important to start a video, why it's important to start a YouTube channel over 40, right? So if that's the
Mhm. Yeah,
title, so you would say it. And what's
yeah,
surprising to me is in the thumbnail, whatever's written on there, that's also interpreted as a
yeah,
keyword. Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And I noticed some people now they're not even putting like any keywords, any copy on the image. It's just an image. Uh,
Hmm.
what do you
Like
feel
on the
about
thumbnail, you
that?
mean?
Yeah, or sorry, on the thumbnail, is it important to have some kind of title there or?
It depends because there's a lot of thumbnails out there with titles that have, a lot of noise. And then if you have one without it that has like a trees in the background or something, it might stand out against the rest. So
Yeah.
maybe maybe you have like an interesting expression, an interesting location. So the image itself could speak the words for you if you don't put words on there. So I think if you have an image that speaks something visually, then I
Yeah.
think you don't have to have the words. Yeah.
Okay. Something you helped me with, like you were like, oh, your icon, like your picture, You're
Hmm.
like, it doesn't pop. Like the background was just kind of blurred into his rock and it was the same color as my dress. But
Yeah.
you're like, I like the image, just change the background. So I popped
Hmm.
it with like turquoise in the background using Canva. And little things like that have made a huge difference in the last 2 weeks, as weird as this sounds. Or you
Yeah.
had me look at the shorts, which I just started posting shorts, and you're like, huh, interesting. This one has a ton of views. What are the keywords there that now you
Hmm.
can make long form content on? Uh,
Yeah.
and posting at the same time, being consistent each week because it is an ecosystem. And I like how you said it's not about posting a lot, it's just about being consistent. So if it's once a week, post on that same day each week.
Yeah.
Um, one thing,
But but
yeah,
I would say if you miss that day, like let's say you said you'd post every Tuesday and you miss Tuesday and it's Thursday, post on Thursday. Don't like be like, oh, I missed this week. Now everything's going to the pooper. Like, no,
yeah.
just post whenever you get it and post it, and then the next week get back on track or whatever. It's not the end of the world. It's just better to at least do one video a week if it's not exactly on that Tuesday or whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. That's great distinction. Anna's asking, what's a good idea to include in the welcome video? So I think she means the trailer, the one for when people are not subscribed to your channel and visit it for the first time. Is that even important?
I would say it's actually not so important. I think most people, when they click on um, your channel, like if they find your video and then they click on your profile icon to get to your channel to see more of your videos, most people pause that video as soon as it starts going. Like they don't even listen to it. So I feel like for some people, it's more of an annoyance than it actually does any good.
Mhm.
So if you're building your channel, I would say it's nice to have there. So if someone is curious and they want to learn about you and what's on your channel, it's great to have it there, but it's not top priority. I wouldn't
Mhm.
like, if you're just getting started, I wouldn't like stress about having that video done. I don't even have one of those videos on my channel. I just have my most popular video as the trailer video. And so, yeah, I think you can do it, but I don't think it's top priority is my point. But if you
Okay.
were to do it, I think what you would want to have included in it is like, first off, how does this channel help someone? Like, why does your channel exist and what problem is it solving? I would start with that, like who it serves first, and then talk about why you want to do this channel and what people will find on this channel, like tutorials, entertainment videos, vlog style videos, following you through your life, whatever it is. And then talk about why it's important to you, like why you've decided to do this. Like maybe I decided to get into fitness because I watched my family members pass away or something like that. And it had a profound impact on me. So now I'm doing a fitness channel to inspire others to take care of their health or something like that. And then after that, you can talk about why you're an authority. But I would do it in the order where it's like all about the viewer first, like why this channel exists, what is it for, like what solution or what problem is it solving. Then go into again, I'm just refreshing again. Then go into like what they will get out of the channel. And then after that, why you're doing the channel, and then why you're an authority in the channel. That's what I think you
Okay.
need to do.
That
And
is
that could be 2 minutes. It doesn't need to be like 20 minutes. It could be like 2 minutes, but it could be like 8 minutes. It's however long you
I
want.
love it. I'm hearing some people, like in my audience, are empaths, empath entrepreneurs, this sort of thing, and healers, coaches, and they might not feel like they have validity yet or expertise yet. Like,
Mhm.
how would you suggest that someone really claims their worth and their expertise and why people should listen to them?
Because they're always one step ahead of someone. So like that, like when I got on YouTube, I was on YouTube and there were people that weren't on YouTube yet. So I could help people that weren't on YouTube yet get on YouTube. And then once I got a little more on YouTube and I got a little more experience, and I could help people that were just getting on YouTube that were a little bit behind me. So I think you're always further ahead of someone else and you're always behind someone else. So focus on how you are in front of people that you could help and focus on what you can offer those people. That's what I would say. So I think acknowledging your strengths, whether it's it might not be you've worked with 20 clients yet, but you have maybe helped friends. So you could talk about how you have influenced people to do this. You don't have to say clients, but you could say, like I've had an impact on people, helping them to achieve XYZ or something like that. So I think, yeah, just standing tall and don't pretending to be anything you're not. And then that way, if you don't pretend to be something you're not an imposter. And a lot of people do like to see how people evolve. So you can also say, I'm on a journey of doing this or doing that. And come along if you want to kind of thing, or I'm here to
That's
create a
it.
space or container for you.
That's it,
Yeah.
because so many people who watch this channel struggle with imposter syndrome. And
Mhm.
what I noticed with you is your videos, you were not claiming to be like, I know
Right.
everything. You're like, literally, guys, I just lost my job. I just am started a YouTube channel. I'm doing this mentoring program. I'm going to teach you as I go. And were so honest. And I think that pressure of pretend for many people has them not start.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is gold. I want to highlight it and really emphasize it. It's like, do not pretend to be something you're not, and instead be very honest. Like, I'm on the journey. This is what I'm doing. I'm excited to start my channel to, whatever it is that the person's channel is about. And then we get to come on the ride with you. And that makes it even more connecting, more human. So another question is, what are the most important things you need to do when setting up your channel? Do I need some kind of banner, end screens on my videos, to get people to subscribe or take some other action? Um, yeah, and then you already answered the question on the trailer. The
Yeah. All of the
banner is
above.
important. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, well, the first thing you need to do is just upload a profile picture and have a name and upload videos. Like I wouldn't like if you are a perfectionist or something like that, just getting a video out there is the biggest hurdle. Like just do that. But if you want to start stronger and you want to have like everything in place, all your ducks in a row, I would definitely say create a banner, create a profile icon, add channel keywords because you can add keywords to your channel so that the algorithm understands what your channel is about, not just keywords in your videos and titles, but actually for your channel. And you can find that under settings and then in your YouTube studio settings and then channel
And on
and
your
add keywords.
YouTube channel, you have videos where you walk people through this sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
You have
yeah,
like your whole channel. I'll link your channel below. You have
yeah.
I
Thanks.
mean, it's an incredible resource. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, end cards, it's great to include end cards. Cards are good to include if you're talking about a topic in your video that you have another video about that goes into more depth. You could be like, I'm like, here's 5 tips. Tip number 4 is this. If you're interested in this topic, I have a whole video that goes into that. You can click on this and that will show a card up in the screen. So you can do that.
Mhm.
It's always good to have end cards because you want people to keep watching your content, or you just want to keep people on YouTube in general because YouTube likes that and will promote more of your stuff if you keep people on the platform longer. And so if you use end cards, you could just, if you don't know what video you're linking to it when you're making the video, you can just say, hey, YouTube thinks that you should watch this next. I think so too. And then it'll be your video pops up, or hey, check out this video next if you want to see more from me. You don't have to be so specific. But if you have a content plan in place, you can then, start to link videos to each other that are relevant to each other. So if
Mm.
I was doing a thumbnail tutorial that was like basic thumbnail, but then I had a more advanced one at the end of the thumbnail video, I could say, and if you want to go deeper with this, I have another tutorial on thumbnails that goes a little bit deeper than this one. So then you link them and then people keep watching. Also, if you have the end cards in your videos, you're more likely to show up in the suggested feed, which is the vertical column on the right hand side. If you're on like a desktop or viewing the videos, when you have the video, there's like the suggested column. So if you have end cards in your videos, then you'll show up in the suggested feed more
Oh, that's
easily
good
than
to
if you
know.
don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do it very simply. I just always do whatever this one is suggested. There's an option like suggested
Yeah.
by
What
YouTube.
YouTube suggests. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good place to start. One thing that you helped me with was you said to upload videos. Like I was just uploading them and immediately publishing. You're like, no, 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 no.
Never.
Let them sit and bake on YouTube for like 48 hours or 72, just so that YouTube can pick up all those keywords and start to prepare to understand who your video is for. So when you do publish it publicly, it's ready to, the algorithm
Yeah.
is ready to send it out. That's been huge. Like has
Yeah.
helped so much. My recent video has been doing really well. Um, so one thing you said to me was when you were helping me choose the photo, is you were like, your energy is very soft and like welcoming. And I honestly, it made a click for me because I have all these photo shoots of pictures where I look super freaking powerful in the pictures, but they don't match my personality. Like they don't match the softness and the energy. And you help me see myself. It's important for us to maybe get that reflection from people, Like ask
Yeah.
people, how do you experience me? Because that helped me actually create the brand in a different way and make it even softer.
Mm.
So when people click on the video, they're like, oh yeah, that matches. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you
Yeah.
have like this like super like posed picture that's like
Different. Yeah.
roar, I'm like a roaring lion. And then they get on the video and you're like, let's take a breath. They're like, what just happened? So thank you for
Yeah.
that. That was really
Yeah.
helpful. Okay, so the banner, what do you put on the banner? Did you, yeah.
Yeah, it really depends what you want to put on it. So let's say you've written a book or something, then you could put like a book on your banner to show that you are an author. If you have an app, like you do a fitness channel or something, and you have an app, you could put like a mobile phone on there with the app on it or something like that. You could put your name. You could put, I would say, put the name of your channel. If you're the brand, maybe you, a photo of you, or if you have a logo for your channel, use the logo. And then a tagline so that it like really quickly and clearly tells someone who comes to your channel what your channel is all about. So like a space for women to meditate and elevate or something like that. You know
Mhm.
that this channel is about meditation or yoga or something like that.
And
So
if it's for
something,
empaths or like people women over 40 or men over 40 or whatever,
yeah,
I think that can be helpful. Or in the description, is it the description, channel description? Do you feel that's important? Those few sentences that you put, that people see, like that first sentence when they come to your
yeah,
channel?
yeah. I think that's really important. Like a lot of people are always putting in that little sentence that you can see the preview of it. If we're talking about the actual channel description,
Yeah.
yeah, the sometimes people say like, "Hello, I am so and so. Welcome to my channel," and then that's all the person sees is like, "Hello, I am so and so." You would rather put their like right away keywords about your audience, like why you're doing this channel. So maybe if you are an empath or empaths welcome here or something like that. So right
Mhm.
away they see this channel is for empaths. I'm an empath. I'll click on this to read more. But usually if it's like hello so and so is here, then it's not as yeah. You just want to get like the main ideas as close to the front so that they can actually show up in that little tiny preview.
Okay, that's great. And then I have two more questions before if there are any questions from those of you who are here. Okay, so someone says, I love creating reels. I have lots of fun doing it, and I have bigger traffic on my reels, but not as much on my normal videos. How can I turn my reels into a way of attracting people who actually want to work with me?
Yeah, that's I would well first I would link all your have all the shorts that you're posting linked to some long format video so that if they go into the short and they watch it, then they can link to a long format video of yours and know that you actually have long format videos.
Mhm.
The other thing you can do is actually say in your short, like something, um, like if the short was on how to reconnect with yourself in a spiritual way or get more aligned with your soul or something like that, soul alignment, then you could say in the video, and if you need help with this, I offer consulting. If you feel like you just aren't getting there, you're having trouble connecting or finding your balance or something like that, I offer support. Check it out on my channel. There's a link in the video description or something like that.
Yeah.
So I would actually mention it in the short because people aren't there very long. And I'll definitely try to tie it back to a long video. And it doesn't need to be like that short is from a long video that you're connecting it to. Just connect it to some video on your channel that you think they would be interested in if they're watching that short.
Okay. Yeah. So I notice in her, I know who this person is. So she will make these really entertaining shorts. And I feel like there needs to be showing her expertise more, though. It's like, it's almost like
Yeah,
it's entertainment, but isn't it important to have that educational piece so that she's seen as an expert or
yeah,
recognized?
definitely. Yeah, if it's just entertainment, it's like, oh, you made me laugh, and I'll come back and I'll want to laugh from you again, or you lighten my load for the day every time I see your shorts or something like that. But yeah, if you want to like show your expertise or get someone into your business as a lead, sorry, I was just assuming it was educational. I would
Yeah.
try to do some educational shorts in there, like some quick tips, or it doesn't even have to be obvious tips either. It could be like, I was thinking the other day, I was walking down the street and I saw this person and whatever you say, and oh, they just reminded me how important it is to do this for yourself every day, or something like that. Like so that you reveal some sort of educational tip for
Okay,
someone how
yeah, I
to
guess she is
better
doing
their
that.
life.
But I like what you said though, to make it really direct. And if you want help with this,
Right.
um, so how important is it to have long form content as well if you are a coach and growing a business?
I would say long format is the place to be totally.
Yeah.
I would almost say start with that more than shorts, but I do like shorts because they will expose you to more people because they expose you to a broader audience. And when people watch shorts, and since it's a broader audience, if they watch your short and even if they like your short, then your long form videos will show up in their browse where it might never have before because
Mhm.
they might never have been shown one of your long format videos because they might
Okay.
have assumed that person wasn't your target audience, but then they like your video, then they're shown your long format. So that's why I use shorts just to get more exposure. I don't rely on them for leads or subscribers, but more views. My face is plastered in more places. People see me more places. So then there it builds that trust, I think. Then when they see your long format videos, and they're like, oh, I saw her in shorts.
That's great. Okay. And then the last question here is I just noticed that one of my older videos, I think it's from a year ago, she says she has almost 9,000 views. Should I make a similar video again on that topic?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then Shell, who's here with us, she's asking, what should the first 60 seconds look like in a video? Because you know how you help me look at the demo, like the analytics, and you're like, oh, no,
Yeah.
no, no, that video is doing well for 60 seconds. It has 30 seconds, has 60% retention. That's good. So, what is the retention number to look for? And how do you make that first 30 seconds really compelling?
Yeah. I would say ideally, um, 60% at the 30-second mark. If you still have 60% retention of the people, that is very strong and that will help push your video out to more people. But you still need to keep them in your video. So let's say you made it past the 30 seconds, it was 60%, but then 10 seconds later, you drop down to 18% of people are still in your video. It's still not going to push it out. But the first 30 seconds is really key for initial growth of your video. And I would say the first 30 seconds should don't include anything really about you. It would be the hook, whatever it is, the hook, the quantifying question or qualifying question, sorry, of like, are they in the right place? So if you have the title, you want to, as soon as you get in the video, like come like deliver on that promise so that the title is promising something that they're going to get out of this video. As soon as they enter the video, you should be determining that to them that they are in the right place, that this you are delivering on this promise, you are going to talk about this topic. And then I would aim to have your first tip or your first piece of advice or jumping into the content before you hit 30 seconds. So what
Hmm.
I usually do is I say a two sentence at the most hook. Then I show a really like I think a 3 second animation of like me with like have a little tagline of what my channel is doing, and then it goes into the first tip right away. Or if I don't want to go into the tip right away, but I want to give them more background information, then I'll say, but first, before we go into the tip, we really need to cover this so that we can understand that we're on the same page before I start to teach you this or something like that. So if there is more you need to say, do the but first is like a great segue to keep people still there. Like they know you're going to deliver on the promise, but you just have to get this bit of information out first to make it all make sense for the rest of the stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is so good. And anyone here in the membership, if you want to put a question in there, if you want to ask a question directly. So I have a question for you about, because you said earlier, it's also been a really powerful personal development journey. Like,
Yeah.
so if nothing else, we get like this massive personal growth that comes from making a YouTube channel. How has that shown up in your life? Like, how has YouTube helped you grow?
Yeah, well, when I came to YouTube, to be honest, like before I got laid off, I was actually in quite a dark place because I'd been doing that job for like 15 years and I had been wanting to quit for many years. And I just didn't do it because I lived in Finland. I had young children. I was like, that would be stupid to let that job go. It pays well. It pays San Francisco salary. I live in Finland. So it was great, but I was just bored. And I was also a mom of three and felt like, a slave all day, basically, like serving, serving, serving. And I don't know, I hit like a wall. And then I lost my job. I don't know why am I talking about this again? I already lost my point.
Personal growth. Like, what was the personal
Yes,
growth?
thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. And I also, being in Finland, I live in a bubble because I don't speak the language. So even if people speak English, it's still like it's still like a, I'm not myself. I'm not myself when I'm around people because I'm adjusting my language. I'm adjusting what I'm talking about to be more simple and keeping it simple. And I don't want to make them speak too much because I know it's not comfortable and all these things. So when I got on YouTube and people started commenting, it was like I was talking to adults again. I was talking to people about other things besides architecture or being a mom. And I was talking about things I was passionate about. Like as a teacher by nature, I love to inspire people. I love to motivate people and show their potential and be like, you are capable of so much more than you realize. Like I can see it so clearly and you can't, but I'm going to show you how to do this because you can like totally change your life. And so I just got so much positive comments and people being so grateful. And it was giving me so much too, and like reminding me of my power that I
Mm.
hadn't let out in so long because I was doing a monotonous job. I was repeating, like I knew how to teach my courses like the back of my hand. I could do it half asleep. That's why I kept that job. It was so easy. But and I loved inspiring the students, but it was just so different when you like I do shamanic journeying, and one of my journeys I was talking to a sage, and they were saying to me, like I was praised at my college that I worked at. Like I was a sought out a professor. They really liked me, and they were really grateful for my teaching. And students really loved me. And the sage said to me in the journey, if you were doing something you didn't even pour your heart into fully, and you were like achieving that much, like being able to give that much to people and help them to achieve their desires, imagine how much more people and bigger impact you could have if you put 100% into it. Because like I wasn't putting 100% into that. It was like I liked my job, I liked inspiring people, but I wasn't teaching something that I loved. And I, like I said, I love to tell people or show people, not tell them, show them their potential and what they can achieve in life, and really like motivate them, be like, if I can do it, you can do it. And so when I stepped into that role, it was like a breath of fresh air. I felt like I could breathe again. I felt like I felt powerful, not in a like arrogant or that kind of way, like a queen, like this is
A
what I'm meant to do.
priestess. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like I
yeah.
finally have arrived. Like finally, after all these years of like wondering what the heck was my purpose, I found it, and I don't know, and I love to express myself on YouTube. Like I said in my videos, I don't hold anything back. It's kind of like a video journal for me, like I
It's
speak my
what's
mind
so
really
amazing
to it.
about your videos. I mean, it's literally why instantly I felt that connection with you because I'm like, wow. I mean, you talked about that in your videos about how YouTube gave you your life back and your energy back
Yeah.
and it's so many people feel this despair right now and they're just sitting
Mhm.
there wanting to do something like that, but they're locked in their heads. How would you
Yeah.
suggest to actually clarify what one's message is? Um, I have my own way of helping people with that, but I'm curious, like, how would you suggest to someone? You just gave a clue, which is like, what do you love teaching? What do you love talking about? But how would you suggest someone like takes a topic and just like runs with it?
Um,
This is more what I talk about, but I'm curious, like,
yeah,
how you,
I would, yeah, I would say the thing I say often on my channel is like people feel like they need to do what they're supposed to do or talk about topics they should talk about. So if a topic idea comes to you
yeah.
and it's meant for you, I think it's meant to be birthed from you because that idea came to you. And I think that it's really important that you actually express that idea to the world because I think since it came to you, it's supposed to be birthed through you. And there are people waiting for that message that they can only hear it in your voice and the way you say it. And so, yeah, so I guess
Yes.
that's what
I
I would
know this
say.
is landing for people right now. Like, yes, yeah, hear these words, hear these words, here. It doesn't matter how many people are talking about this topic that you have that
Yeah.
dropped in for you, you've got to share
Mhm.
it. Like, it's got
Yeah.
to come through you in your unique way with your unique stories, like you with your YouTube channel. Like, you're helping
Yeah.
so many thousands of people who are loving what you do because of the way you share it specifically
Yeah.
and your
And I
story.
think, yeah, and I think one important thing too is to remember like that video will find the person it's meant to find. I've said this in a few of my videos, like it might not find them today. It might
Mhm.
need to like, if you think about like a seed blowing in the wind, it might blow in the wind for a while and then it'll finally land somewhere and then it'll grow and then lots of people will find it. It'll grow and grow and grow and catch all these views. But it may take some time to get there. And the funny thing that happens, a lot of people are like, my first videos are my worst videos. And I disagree, actually. Yeah, you might not be the best at presenting. It might be, audio might be bad, whatever. Like some things might not be perfect. It's never going to be perfect anyway. But once you get monetized or once more people find your channel, they will go back and watch all those videos and they will start commenting on how helpful that video is and how amazing it is because you produced value in that video, even if you felt awkward or whatever. And that's what I think is really cool because that is like that seed. It finally landed and now it's growing because people discovered you and they love all of your content, even your first videos.
Mhm.
So, yeah, my point is just that, yeah, if it comes to you, express it. It's really
Yeah.
important, I think, because it came to you and people need to hear it.
Yeah. Okay. And final question. I just remembered this woman posted something on YouTube. I'm starting YouTube again. Will persevere this time. It's on another channel. Each time I quit before was because I would get something like 7,000 views, and then the next two videos would be under 100 views. And it seemed like what that would never change. I also didn't feel like I was quite myself. This time I'll persevere, remembering my why. I really would love for you to speak to, if you're open to talking about that thing about metrics, 7,000 views and then 100 views. Is that a reason to stop a YouTube channel? Like, can we get honest about this topic for a
I,
moment,
I
please?
think you need to, we need to look at YouTube like a toxic relationship because if you let the views control your emotions, you won't last long. Like it really is. Like if you go into my channel and my monetization journey, every week I showed my analytics. So if you go like to the 10th week and you look at all the analytics, it's like one week I get like 5,000 views, the next week 500 views, 300 views, the week after 200, it like goes down and then it bumps up really high, then it goes down and bumps up. And it's been the same on my channel ever since. So like on average, I would say my views are like between like 2 and 4,000 on my videos, and then I'll get like something 19,000 or something higher. So I would call that like viral for me. Viral for me videos probably happen every 10th or 12th video. Like it's
Mhm.
and I post a lot. Like I post 2 to 3 times a week. Now I'm going down to two, but still it's so if you're posting one a week and you think it happens every 10 videos, which it seems to happen on most channels, like every 10 videos or 8 to 10 videos, if you're posting once a week, that's like 8 weeks of like having regular views. And then you have the one that pops off. And usually, if you have one pop off, the next one might pop off at the same time because it's kind of riding that wave. But then it goes back to normal views again. But all in all, if you look at the metrics, it should be like going up, even though it feels like it's not because it's like I got 30 views, then I got 7,000 views, and now I'm back to 100 views. It's still usually going up the trajectory over
Mhm.
time if you are actually tracking the numbers week to week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that it's to be expected. It really is like don't expect to like get to 1,000 views and then the next video is gonna have 1,000 and the next one and the next one, or it should always
Yeah.
increase. It doesn't really work like that. It's very
Thank
up and down. It's
you.
very cyclical.
I
And
feel
it's also
like,
cyclical YouTube too. Like summertime, like it's a little bit slower and then it picks back up, but not right away when school starts, it seems like, because it's like everyone's so busy, they're not on YouTube as much. And then, once school is in season, and I'm just talking about like parents thinking, but
Mhm.
think about it in seasons other ways. But yeah, so there's ebbs and flows on YouTube as well, especially in different niches. If you think about who is your audience too. So like if
Yeah,
your audience is moms or is moms are moms, then it's going to fluctuate based on what they're going through and at the time, like what their life
exactly.
is like.
This is so, so valuable. And I'll just say, if somebody wants to grow a business, it doesn't matter what the views are. Like I've just found when my views are really high or low and my channel's growing exponentially, and when it's like plateaued for a couple of years there, like the business was still growing and my business is flourishing. It's not about how many people are watching a video, it's how many people are you serving, and like that engagement from the right people. And it's really about cleaning up the whole vanity metrics thing. Otherwise,
Yes.
I mean, you just said it brilliantly. Any last words to everybody? Anything we missed around having a successful YouTube channel? How
Actually,
to
I just want to
start
tag
a
on to that.
successful one? Yeah.
Yeah, I would just want to tag on to that viral thing or that like getting tons of views and stuff like that. It's just like what you said. If you provide value and you attract the right people, you don't need a lot of people to sustain or build a business. And
Exactly.
and a lot of people have asked me, you know, because oftentimes you hear on YouTube, if you have a video go get lots of views, double down and make more of that video. But I don't disagree, but I do think to focus more on a video that is shared a lot or a video that has lots of comments where people are pouring their heart out to you. Those are the videos I would do more of. Even if the views are like a third of the one that went more viral for you, those videos will fill your business much faster than the ones that go viral.
That's
Because
what
if
you
I look,
helped me with. You looked at my
yeah,
analytics and I was like, oh, but that video did really badly. You're like, no, 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 no. Hello, look at the engagement. It has lower
yeah,
views, but there's a lot of engagement. Yeah.
yeah,
Like
yeah, and that
retention. Yeah.
right. And that's the people that are interested in listening to you and want to probably work with you eventually. So yeah.
Exactly. Alexa, thank you
Or-
so, so very much. You have helped me so much personally, and I know this is going to help so many people. Um, Thank you with all of my heart. And may those watching really utilize you as an example to show up real, give amazing value, use it as a personal growth path, and do the beautiful work we're here to do. You're getting all these thank yous. Thank
Yeah, thank
you.
you.
I love this. Thank you so much, Alexa and V. Thank you. So interesting. So good. So thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you who want to learn more about Alexa, there's information in the description. And where can people find you? Like if they want to work with you, do you still do the one-on-ones?
Yeah, I do one-on-one, like one-off calls, like 1 hour calls. And then I also do like a 6 month program. And I also have a school community that's free. So yeah, I have all those things. But you can find me at alexasaarenoja.com or my YouTube channel has everything on it too. So
Okay, awesome. Alexa, thank you so much. And I
thank
will
you. This was really
continue to
fun.
tune in and learn from you and probably book more sessions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be lovely to see you. So
Thank, thank
thank you.
you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. If you got something from this video, you can give it a thumbs up, you can subscribe, and definitely check out Alexa's channel and everything that she offers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah.